This video is going to talk about the second method for finding the least common multiples for numbers that are not easy to make multiples of. To do that, we're going to make factor trees. Now, when we try to figure out the common multiple at the end, the easiest way to figure it out is to take the highest exponent of the prime factorization of the one number and of the other number, and then multiply those together. And I know that doesn't sound like, that it makes a whole lot of sense, but once we go through the example, it will. So if we are trying to find the least common multiple of 24 and 36, it's pretty hard to go through and do the multiples of 24. Pretty hard to go through and make the multiples of 26. So let's do factor trees instead. So, two multiple factors of 24 are 4 and 6. So neither one of those numbers is prime, so we're going to keep continuing our factoring. So multiples of 4 are 2 times 2, and multiples of 6 are 2 times 3. So the way we were figuring out our prime factorization in the last lesson, we would write down 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Because we know how to use exponents now, we can shorten this whole thing up right here, going 2 to the power of 3, because they mean exactly the same thing, times 3. So to factor 36, two multiples are 6 times 6. Now you don't have to use 6 times 6. You can use 2 times 18, but you can't use 1. You can never use a 1 times 36, for instance, because 1 is has never been considered a prime number. So we ask ourselves, now that we have 6 times 6, is 6 prime? The answer to that is no, so we're going to continue to create factor multiples. So the multiples of 6 are 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. And to write out the prime factorization for 36, it's 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. That written with exponents is 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2. Now to find the least common multiple of 24 and 36, we take the highest exponent from the one side, so that is 2 to the power of 3, and we take the highest of the other multiple, 3 to the power of 2, and we figure that out. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8, and 3 to the power of 2 is 9. 8 times 9 is 72. So we know that the least common multiple of 24 and 36 is 72.